Welcome to the Raider Talks game recap. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Make sure to stick around because we're going to be talking about Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, and this regime that they have built. And, we wanted to discuss how it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly right now. But let's get into the game a little bit. The Raiders lose to the Chargers 24-17. Nick, ugly game for the Raiders. Another disappointing loss. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, it's just disappointing. They go and they put themselves in a hole, and then they give you hope. That's the thing. Last week, this week, they just give you hope. Like, hey, we're still here. We're still fighting. And then they mess up at the end, and the questionable call on our last offensive play, it's disappointing.
Just going through the game as a whole, so many ups and downs, the roller coaster of a ball game. At the beginning of the game, it's 7-7 at one point after an Aiden O'Connell QB sneak, and you're feeling like, okay, this could be a really good ball game. It's looking that way, Raiders-Chargers rivalry. But then it's all Chargers that whole first half right after that touchdown, and they just absolutely dominate us. Our defense, missing tackles left and right. I mean, so many missed tackles in this football game in that first half. And our offense did the defense any favors. Aiden O'Connell fumbled in the Chargers our territory twice in the game and gave Chargers good field position in this football game. So that was all bad. And then defensively, the Raiders come out second half and they just absolutely dominate the Chargers and Justin Herbert led by Max Crosby. But the offense just couldn't step up and win a ball game. And that has a lot to do with Josh McDaniels and his play calling. We put ourselves in the position to tie the ball game up and even maybe have time to get a stop and go for the win. But instead, O'Connell makes a big throw to Davante Adams. It seems like we kind of rushed to get up to the line, and we run just a stupid play where we just send everyone to the right, have Davante do a little screen. For Jacoby Myers, and O'Connell just throws a bad pick. Jacoby Myers not even looking. It was just all bad. And that was a situation right there where we needed to run the football. Josh Jacobs been dominating all night. It's the Josh Jacobs of old. And Josh McDaniels makes a bad decision. Aiden O'Connell makes a bad decision to throw that ball. All bad.
Yeah, all bad. I'm going to just start off first with the missed tackles. Diablo had a sack in his arms. Herbert was in his arms, and he's just okay. Never mind. After a couple seconds, you're right. Offense lost us this game. Gave their Charger offense the ball in really good field position, and defense. They put it on their back today and said, "Hey, we're gonna keep us in the ball game." They did, and gave us a little bit of hope. And just the questionable call. And momentum was going on our side. Davante with a big catch on fourth down. You have 4 downs to go 4 yards. And that's your first play. I can get if you throw it on maybe third down, definitely maybe fourth down. But you have Josh Jacobs running the way he did. Worst case scenario, he gets 1 or 2, and then he can make the leap like he always does, the goal line leap. Just questionable.
Yeah, Jacobs ran like an animal. You gotta give him the rock in that situation right there. AOC with, I believe, was a disappointing rookie debut from him. I think we all expected more from the young rookie, 25-year-old rookie. But man, that was a tough performance for him. It seemed like first of all, he had very bad ball security, holding on to the ball way too long, kind of panicked in that third quarter, early third quarter range. And it was just all bad from that standpoint and giving the Chargers the ball back with short field. And then that last pick was very bad. And that's, I think it's all on AOC and all on Josh McDaniels' play call. But Josh McDaniels shouldn't have put him in that situation. He should have gave Josh Jacobs the ball, and we should have ran down their throats, tied the game up.
Yeah, I mean, there's different scenarios that if we had no timeouts left, or if we were farther away from the end zone, but we weren't. we had 2 minutes and about 30 seconds left on the clock. 2 timeouts to go just 4 yards and to tie this ball game up. And, I'm not taking anything away from AOC, but to put the ball in his hands when you have an all-pro running back, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think 3 performers that I'm just very proud of in this football game. And I went to the game, so just watching these guys, I was really proud of them. They had that mentality, like, we're not going to effing lose this game today. Yeah. And that was Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs, and Devontae Adams. Just animals, just being animals all day long. Max Crosby getting after the quarterback, catching the running back every time he ran, and just that mentality he had. Max Crosby, great game. Game ball, even though we lost. Josh Jacobs, another game ball. Josh Jacobs, I mean, he stepped up when we really needed him. It seemed like this game kind of felt like season on the line type of vibe, a playoff game type of vibe. And Josh Jacobs just stepped his game up. Hasn't been playing too well, but he rose to the occasion. Josh Jacobs, game ball. Devontae Adams, to get hurt, come back in that game. I know you're not feeling too well, but way to come back in that game, man up. And, man, that was a good job by those 3 guys right there. And I feel bad for all of them that we couldn't get a win for those guys.
The look on their faces made it look like we're not losing this ball game. Josh Jacobs, even though he's having trouble running because of this offensive line, he's doing whatever he can. And I think he was our leading receiver today. And what he did, catching out of the backfield, and even blocking. I think he set up a really good play, a passing play. I forgot what the play was or who, but he came back and blocked, or else O'Connell would have got sacked and probably fumbled.
Yeah.
But just what they did today was impressive, was amazing. What Max did today, he could have probably had 3 or 4 sacks. He ended the day with 2, but he could have had like 3 or 4. Our star players, our veterans stepped up and made plays today.
Yeah, too bad we couldn't get a win for those guys. They played their butts off, so that one sucked for them. Now let's just get into what everyone clicked on the video for. Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, Nick. Are you done with this regime?
My patience is running thin, and I'm tired of it. When they said all the right things, and this was supposed to be the Patriot way, and you got them so then they could be the Patriot way. What he's done with Brady and all them, and it hasn't panned out. We're year 2 into this system. They have their fingerprints all over this roster, all over this team. Year 1, you can give them a break, just like everybody else did, just like we did with Gruden. Year 1, clean house, get your guys in, and then let's rebuild. This is year 2. And it's the same stuff. Art, it's the same stuff. And I think what gets me is he's an offensive guru, and we can't score. Yeah. And the one thing that comes to mind is Denver. They haven't been winning in a while, but they've always been defensively led by their head coach, Fangio, whatever. They've been defensively good. They just couldn't score points. We've got a guy, an offensive guru, who's been there and done that with Tom Brady and the Patriots and this and that. And we can't score. We can't put up points. We can't do anything. We suck on offense, defense, and special teams. Like, we don't have a strength. We have all weaknesses. And it's just, that's what gets me. And, we're here year 2 into this system, and it's not working out. This isn't the Patriot way.
Yeah, every week, Josh McDaniels gets outcoached. I mean, his time management is bad. Mm-hmm. His offense is bad. He's the offense coordinator for this team. His offense is bad.
Yeah.
He's just not doing anything good for this team. This team is still undisciplined, still stupid flags flying all over the place. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, the product that we're putting on this field. Uh-huh. And, Mark Davis, do you think he wanted to grab the Patriot guys and have them, do you think he really wanted it to come to this point where he wanted to grab those Patriot guys and come over here and put their fingerprints on the Oakland, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas Raiders? No.
I don't know.
He didn't want to do that, but he did because he wanted to give us a chance to win because they've been winning.
Yeah.
But these guys, I think they're not only screwing over Raider Nation, the fans, they're screwing over Mark Davis as the owner.
Yeah, and I, yeah, and they've said all the right things, and this takes me back to when they first got hired, and then when the press conference came out, me, you, your dad, we all talked about it. Hey, this is some serious stuff. They're talking everything right. All the stuff that all the past head coaches didn't say. We're going to bring in this. We're going to do this. We're looking for these guys. We're looking for this. Well, you haven't done anything.
It's been all talk.
And you literally had 2 years of everything. 2 years of free agency. 2 years of the draft. 2 years of prepping. 2 years of this. And you haven't done anything. I don't get it. And, he's on the same path like he was when he coached Denver. He's going to go in there, stir some stuff up, and then leave it a mess, and I hope things get better before they turn really, really ugly.
Yeah, and I stuck with McDaniels for a long time and trying to have faith in him and trying to believe in him, which you should do with every human being. You should have faith and stuff like that, but it's to the point now where you just hear things about him. There's people on podcasts talking bad about him. It's just people coming out, players who play with him, just talking bad about him, and it just seems like it's never going to head in the right direction with him as a head coach. He's the offensive guru. Haven't scored 20 points this season. Only team in football that hasn't done that yet. And it's just all bad, and it's ugly, and I do not like where this team's direction is heading in this regime.
And what's funny is year one we looked bad. Good at times, but bad. We put some good games together. We put, some stretches. We look worse this year, and this is his quarterback. This is everything. And we look worse. We're not scoring. We're not anything. And I think what we talked about last year is after the Niner game, with a backup quarterback against probably the best defense in the league, we were throwing all over him. We scored a whole bunch of points with him. And that was our first time our offense looked like, oh, this is it. This is what he imagined. This is what he told us. We just need a quarterback that's going to do what he says. That, well, we have it, and we can't score. We can't do anything. And our cap right now is at 17 points. And it's horrible.
Yeah. You get the quarterback you like in Jimmy G, and he hasn't been playing good. Aiden O'Connell looked like he played so good in preseason. He didn't play good today. It seems like whatever we need to do, McDaniels does the opposite. The times where we need to be conservative, we're not being conservative. Times where we shouldn't be conservative, we're being conservative. It's just everything. He's just doing the opposite, and I just don't even like his press conferences. It's just the way he talks in his press conferences. At first, he sounded all smart when he came and all intellectual. Now it just sounds too forced. It sounds like
he's trying to be politically correct.
Yes,
and with that, he's pointing fingers instead of, hey, I'll own up to it. I'll do this. Because when we had Gruden, he would get up there pissed, mad. Okay, you have me or this and that. He just comes up here, well, I just thought that so-and-so gave us the best chance to win, or this play just gave us the best chance to win. We'll just go back to the drawing board and fix it next week, on the Green Bay, or something. It's just, no. Like, we've done this so many times now. Like, fix something, do something.
And the way he is coaching, which is like, we'll get him next time, like, after the game, he's making it seem like, okay, we'll give him next time, we'll make the adjustments, we'll figure it out. In game, it seems he's like the same way as a coach. He's like, we'll give him next time, we'll give him next time. That we'll give him next time mentality is not going to work for the Raiders, because Al Davis, he wants to punch the team in the mouth early, and we haven't done that all year. Haven't punched the team in the mouth early all year. He wants to take the big shot to the fastest guy on the team. Haven't took the big shot to the fastest guy on the team, Trey Tucker. We gave him the ball one time, 34 yards. Haven't given him the ball since.
Yep.
You got to find a way to give him the ball, man. And just a bunch of other different things. We could talk about Renfro. We could talk about how we don't use tight ends in the throwing game.
Right?
We could talk about a lot of stuff. That's all bad. I mean, the Patriots, the tight end was such a big part of the game. The Julian Edelman, which is the R. Hunter Renfro, such a big part of the game with Wes Walker. But those guys aren't involved in the game anymore. And don't get me wrong, I love throwing to Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams, but part of the offense was that tight end, was the slot receiver, and it seems like we don't get them involved anymore. And I feel like if we get more of those guys involved, it will help. It will really help because Devontae and Jacoby Myers can't get open every single time.
Yeah, it honestly seems, and I know when you run a play, it's your first option, maybe second option, or abort the play. And I totally get that. But if you look at the stat sheet, it just seems like Devontae with the catches and yards, Jacoby Myers with the catches and yards, and then he probably shouldn't even be up here that high. Josh Jacobs with the catches and yards, and then after that it's a catch here, or Renfro 2 catches here, or Mayer a catch here, Hooper a catch here. No, spread the ball out.
And that's not a problem if we win.
Yeah, if we're winning,
it's not a problem if we're winning. It don't matter. But there's a lot of busted plays where why aren't we getting these guys involved?
Yeah.
Why, when Tom Brady, the successful led Patriot offense, why were they going to all the tight ends? Why were they going to all slot receivers? And Tom Brady wasn't just going to Gronk. He was going to his second tight end, his third tight end, his second slot receiver, his third wide receiver. Mm-hmm. He was going deep and into the wide receiver room, tight end room. And it seems like we don't do that. And we have talented guys all around.
Yeah, I just think that is crazy is when we first got them, they said that the tight ends, which was Waller at that time, but now it's Mayer and Hooper, and the tight end group and Hunter Renfrow was going to benefit from Josh McDaniels a lot because of what he did with Gronk and because what he did with Edelman and Wes Welker. And here, year 2, nothing. Year 1, I get it with Renfrow. But year 2, completely healthy, a training camp, and to get everything right with Garoppolo and everything, nothing.
But really looking at it now, the Patriots just had their biggest loss this past week, or this past Sunday, which was a 35-point loss or a 30-point loss.
Something like that.
And I think we can all agree now, Tom Brady was the reason why these teams were so good. Bill Belichick's struggling without Tom Brady. He has not had successful seasons since. McDaniels was coaching Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Why is Josh McDaniels going to succeed without Tom Brady if Belichick can't succeed without Tom Brady? And now you're starting to look at it. Maybe Tom Brady's the only way that those guys can succeed, and Tom Brady might be the only way the Las Vegas Raiders can succeed. Him being an owner, and him getting approved to be the owner, and being a part owner.
Yes.
And him putting his fingerprint, his fingerprint on this Raider organization. And I don't think Brady will come in like this is like we're gonna do this the Patriot way. I think Brady's gonna come in like let's effing win and let's do it right now, similar to Al Davis.
I mean,
let's win, baby.
You saw it in the preseason game against the Cowboys. He's in there with the quarterback saying, "Go make their day a living hell right now. Go do this." You're exactly right. And he left the Patriot system, Patriot way. He went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl his first year. And then now you look and they're struggling, and I don't know.
Yeah,
this Patriot way is not.
Yeah,
we should be doing this the Raider way, silver and black way. Just win, baby.
Yeah,
you would that way. Don't come in and do the Patriot way because what we've done is we heard it in the press conference. Well, what we did in New England, we did here, and it seems like everybody that we're signing or doing has something to do with the Patriots. You go, oh, who did he play with? Oh, well, he played with so-and-so, but 2 years ago he was under McDaniels in New England. Like, really?
The only good Patriot we've got is probably like Jacoby Myers. That's it.
Yeah.
One making a big impact. And we had one that screwed us over in Chandler Jones, right? So, and we have a couple guys that just don't even play that much and stuff like that. But I think it's really going to take Tom Brady to change this Raider organization because it seems like Mark Davis has faith in him. And I don't think Tom Brady cares about doing it a certain way, a Patriot way. He just wants to win. And that's what Al Davis wanted to do. That's what Brady wants to do. And I know Brady might be the arch nemesis of the Raiders or whatever, but all I gotta say is him and Charles Woodson are cool.
And he wants in.
Him and Charles Woodson are cool. He wants in. He wants to be a Raider. He wants to be a part of the Shield. So I'm welcoming him with open arms. Come over, Tom Brady. Come help us. You may be our only hope.
Something needs to change. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of coming.
And I'm talking about Tom Brady working with MD.
Yeah.
Because I love MD. Davis needs to be a part of this organization.
No, yeah.
MD, TB12 working together. And I think wonders can happen in Las Vegas.
Something needs to happen. You know, we go through this coaching carousel and go through everything, and nothing ever pans out. We've had good games. We had, you know, a random season in 2016. We had a random season in 2021, and that's it. For the past 20-something years, that's it. Something needs to change. And you know, going back to your first question, the patience is running thin on these two, and you just hate it. You hate it that, you know, we're being called the Patriot way. This is the Patriot way. No, the Patriots won 5 Super Bowls, you know, and we haven't even. McDaniels won what, 7 games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, we haven't even won 5 games yet, yeah. But no. Yeah, no, this is getting bad.
I think the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls too. But anyways, it's not gonna work. It's the Raider way. You're gonna have to win the Raider way. No matter how you do it, I don't know who you're gonna bring in, but we're gonna need to figure out somehow. But you know, we are with. I mean, McDaniels is the coach for his team, and we're with the Raiders. So me and you are with the Raiders. I mean, we're born into it. It's what we have to do. So. We're sticking with this team. We're going to stick with this team. We might not be happy at the things they're doing, but
just frustrating,
every Sunday we're going to go out and root as hard as we can for our silver and black and do our best, do our part. And we try to be positive on this show, but there's times where you got to tell the truth to people, and we just got to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. And, you know, hopefully we can get a win next week.
We love our Raiders so much, you know, and you know, all the off-season stuff, we're always on it. We're, you know, hey, Art, you know, we got this guy or this guy. How do we feel about this? And, you know, when it comes to football season, you know, no matter how we are, we could not win a game for the season, but we're serious for 18 Sundays or Thursdays or Mondays, you know, for the Raider games. And no matter how they play or what they do, I mean, I was still mad about last week.
Yeah.
And this morning, I'm over here driving to the Raider song, bumping it, windows down, and we're going to win today. AOC time. I texted you early this morning. AOC time. But the same result, another loss. But, you know, we get an extra day. You know, we play Monday night next week, Green Bay. Hopefully everybody's good. You know, hopefully Devontae comes back good, and you know, we will make.
Yeah, hopefully we can make something happen. Make something happen. Hopefully they can prove us wrong. But man, we're sticking with our Raiders no matter what. We've done it our whole lives. Mm-hmm. Our dads got us put into this situation. But yeah, we love the Raiders. We're rooting for them. We'll be here for a midweek episode most likely, and we'll be here for a Raiders game preview versus the Packers. We'll see you guys next time. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.